What's up, guys? How's it going? As always, I'm streaming without barely any notice, without posting, without promoting it. So that is how it is. What's up? What's up? I see some people in chat on YouTube. What's up, Light? What's up? How are you? How are you guys doing? Yeah, I haven't streamed in like over a month. It's just I've been busy, guys. I've been busy making music. I've been busy. Honestly, I'm making music, and unfortunately, as you guys know, a lot of the stuff that I do, I can't like really show it and share it or anything like that. So yeah, I haven't been able to like go live or post anything or share anything, but I figured today we can do something super easy and fun. I want to search for samples. I want to make some samples that I'll eventually end up using in tracks. And I want to just chat with you guys and answer questions about like the music business and any questions you might have about production, anything like that. Hi Luisa, what's up? How are you? Hi BTS. I can't read your name. My eyes. I need to put my glasses on. I'm like, all I saw was BTS. Hey. Oh my God. Thank you so much. I'm glad you like Classy. I do like Classy a lot. That's one of my favorite tracks I've recently done. That's released. KJ Footballers. What's up? Can you make a video teaching step by step how to structure a song? I really need to know how to structure. So that's a really good idea. I write down a lot of you guys' ideas because sometimes I don't have like the perspective on what you guys need to learn. I might think something is cool for you guys, but you might have something else. So I always appreciate it. My audio is low. Okay, hold on. I was actually gonna ask that for YouTube. Oh, woo, hold on. It is really low. I'm so sorry. Let me know if this is like now YouTube, if this is blasting your ears now. Yeah, we all know my streaming my streaming technical knowledge needs to be improved. Leon, what's up? Flovis, what's up? Jeremy, how are you? Oscar, what's up? Matthew, what's up? Okay, let me know if I fixed the audio, you guys. I'm pretty sure I did, but I did. I have a new preamp now, and everything is a little bit different how I'm running sounds, so it affects the streams for sure. I'm gonna write down your idea about how to structure a song, though. That's a good video idea. Structure a song. Yeah, I watch streams by gamers, like professional gamers, and their streams are so good. Like they can play music underneath their streams. They can change, like pitch their voice up or down to like create a different voice. You can add effects. I'm like, I need to learn how to do these things. I'm a producer and I don't even know how to do this stuff because I mean, streaming is really different. So, good to go. Audio is good now. Okay, fantastic, fantastic. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad you like my songs. Have I listened to Stray Kids? Yes, of course. I listen to all the popular bands groups because I have to write for them. So I have to be aware of like what is going on. Source of Wisdom. Hi, hi. I hope things are well in Italy. Oh, now Jay, thank you so much. I'm glad you like those bass slides. Would you guys want a video on how I produce Boss Up, like a full-on YouTube video? Because I gotta film a batch of those too. I honestly have just like for a month kind of disconnected from all things streaming, all things YouTube. Like a lot of the videos I've posted, I filmed in like April. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I've just been writing a lot and just working a lot, and it's none of the stuff that I can share at all. So, but I'm gonna be making more content this month, so we're gonna have some fun stuff. Who's Bella? Okay, all right, absolutely. What's the best artist you've written a song for? I mean, every artist is really different, It's like they all have their own particular strengths. I like everybody I've written for. Maybe ITZY, but it's hard to tell, It's hard to tell, like all of them. But anyway, I'm gonna kind of be chatting. Feel free to ask questions, you guys. But what I want to do is one of the things I do a lot. You guys that have watched my streams, have watched me produce, you probably have seen like kind of how I organize my samples. Basically, I have these like ideas saved in here. Some of them are just from Splice. Some are from oh my god, Arcade. I almost forgot the name. Some are from Arcade. And some are things I created, like, we'll just, it's just a lot of things that I think have potential in some way. Also, I'm testing out a couple of different pairs of headphones. This is not extensive testing by any means. I just got these in one more pair, and I'm gonna pick one. I need something for mixing, because I usually mix in the room, but for like traveling and stuff, which I can't take my house with me. So, but yeah. But yeah, I'm basically gonna go through samples on Splice. I'm gonna look at Arcade and just look for different things. I don't have like a specific goal in mind, so I think that's really fun, because basically, like, this is the way that I prepare for a lot of like even production. Swipe to, what is TikTok telling me? I'm also on TikTok for those that are on YouTube. Do I know what to do with a breathy vocal? Yeah, I have a very breathy vocal. What do you mean? Like how to produce a breathy vocal? There's a lot I can share about that. Let me know. But yeah, a lot of what I do when I produce is I like to have a sample to start from. I mean, sometimes I'll just like play guitar or piano, but I don't usually do that for songs that are not mine. Like, it's kind of just like I don't want to take a chance on it not turning out well. So if there's already a sample I'm inspired by, like 9 out of 10 it's gonna be like commercially viable. But if I'm just like playing around, it's a great way to write, but it's slower. It's a little more like hit or miss, which I can't afford to miss. If I miss, I don't pay my bills. So I gotta like, give myself the best fighting chance I can, which is why I like to like find these samples that I think are really good. Oh, you mean like singing technique for breathiness? I mean, I think you just need to take vocal lessons. Almost everybody struggles with high notes. There's definitely people that have like naturally connective voices where they connect through the registers and it just is perfect. But like 9 out of 10 singers, that's not what happens naturally. Probably more than 9 out of 10, like 99 out of 100. So you have to basically practice your register connection, and it doesn't matter your type of voice, whether you have a very belty voice, very breathy voice, soft voice. Like, you can access all parts of your range if you specifically work on it with a coach. Like, I'm not gonna give you exercises because I'm not like really a vocal coach. Vocal producers are very different. You need to work with a coach for that. So oh, you guys are so sweet in the chat on YouTube. Thank you so much. Jeremy says, when I'm producing a song, I get caught up in my creativity, always end up with everything being way too loud. I've done that in the past. How could I level my instruments while producing? Do it after. Don't try to do it while you do it while you're like in a creative space, right? You have to separate your process into like chunks depending on what your objective is, right? If your objective is creativity, I wouldn't like police yourself in any way. Oh, like this is too loud, or I'm too much, or like none of that. You just have to do what you want and be as natural with your creative flow as you can. And there comes a point after, when you already have a song, where you go, okay, now I have to start leveling. For me, that's usually the mixing stage. And the first thing I do is I turn everything down from 5 to 10 dBs. I just take all my tracks and go select all down, and then I basically pull up the kick, the snare, the 808, and whatever other important elements, vocal, there are in the track, and then I just level it from there. But I can't sort of do it as I produce too, because I just have like a lot of experience. I can tell when something's off, so I just can do it. But if you are not at that stage yet, I just wouldn't worry about that while you're producing, if that makes sense. Yeah, do you restrict your creativity when making songs for artists? That's a really good question. I know what you mean. Yes and no. It depends on the song. It depends on the project. Like, I don't like to, because sometimes the best stuff comes out of like your soul, your creativity. But sometimes they want a specific thing, and it's very like, we want this, we want this, we want this, and that's what they want. And if you give them something really different, they like, not only won't they take it, they also will remember that you like don't listen to directions. So it's like not good for your career. So it's within parameters, right? Like if they ask for an up-tempo bass-driven song, I'm not gonna give them a ballad, but within that format, within that genre, I'm gonna like go off. If that makes sense. I was told on demos not to sing it too well so the group can feel like they can sing it better. False. Sing it as well. Sing it great. The demo vocal has to, the more it sounds like an artist, the more likely they'll cut it. For Western music, maybe a little bit. People can get intimidated. For K-pop, A&Rs just want to hear like a hit with a hit vocal, and then they just like, you know, come close to it with their artists. So, anyway. All right, so I don't know if you guys know Arcade. It's a really, I've used this plugin a lot. It's kind of like a little bit like Splice, but you can change the tempo and the key like right there. I'm gonna look at lines here. Downtime, like kind of chill. I doubt that's my vibes. Pressure. Adrenaline fuel, drum and bass. Industrial synth, I don't know, there could be something here. One thing I know about specifically K-pop too is I will sometimes find samples in genres that I never thought like would be appropriate, like metal. Like I will just randomly come across a sample from a metal kit and be like, whoa, that's really good. And then I'll go to the kit or sample pack, whatever, and I'll look at it and be like, oh, this is fantastic. There's a lot of things here. So, but yeah, the way Arcade works is you hop in, you know, you download one of these. You can preview them, but I didn't do that. And then, you know, you get your MIDI track here and you play it kind of like any sampler. Let me find, where am I? Oh, I gotta go up like an octave. Oh yeah, perfect. I'll go up 2 octaves. All right, so basically, usually, like you can kind of see where you're at. It's all white keys. The black keys create these variations, like stutters and stuff, but the white keys are all the actual samples. Oh, people on TikTok can't hear us. Let me actually put a little bit of speaker on for them. Yeah. Is K-pop or Western music easier to write? Both are challenging. In Western, the lyric is like, has to be fantastic. K-pop, they replace the lyrics. It doesn't have to be like crazy, like a crazy lyric. It still has to be good, but it doesn't have to be like a Grammy winning lyric at all. But also K-pop is like musically more challenging, I think. Okay, so all this is percussion. Okay, interesting. I thought what was promised was like bass lines and stuff. Let's see. Yes, here you can see the preview. And then oh, that like vocal sample is really sometimes I'll just hear one thing in the preview and be like, I want that. I want that. I think you should try your NCTU song with Hyphen because I feel like it's their vibe. I might. Thank you. Yeah, I love them too.
Run it back.
Oh, this is cool.
Run it back.
Run it back.
Lights are in the air.
See, something like that's actually super cool.
Run it back.
I wonder what happens if you like change the tempo. Would it get a lot quicker? I bet it would.
Run it back.
Oh,
run it back. 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 Run it back.
I kind of like weirdly like that. Hold on. I kind of want to like make my own thing. 164 BPM. That's fine. And let's do okay.
Run it back. Run it back. Run it back. Run it back.
I think that's cute. I mean, it sounds like a start of like a boy group song. I think it's cool. I want to write for boys more. I have a couple of holds for boy groups right now, but I don't have that many boy songs. I probably have a total of like 10 boy songs out of like 200 female ones. What K-pop idol group you want to write for that you haven't? I've written for everybody, but I've placed placements not with everybody. Clearly, aespa for sure aespa. Let's hear this. Oh, right here.
Run it back. Run it back.
Hey.
Run it back. Run it back.
I think that's a really cool like song starter. I'm going to save that. So usually what I do, I just kind of like select that, and Ableton, bounce it down as a wave, and I put it in my, I mean, obviously you guys don't have to do this. If you do this kind of sample search like this, I think definitely is K-pop. I could also put it in vocals, but I think for me this is like clearly a K-pop idea. So I would say run it back, vocal sample, and then I put 164 BPM. Since it doesn't, if it has a key, I put the key in too. And then basically when I go into this sample here, right, and I look for R, OPR, run it back, www, where is it? I don't think it's organized by name. Okay, now I can't see it. You guys see it? Am I just blind? Sometimes I watch streamers and I'm like, it's right there, but they can't find the thing they were looking for. And say run it. Oh, tone it, not tone it. Run it. Oh yeah, see, it's right there. I just couldn't find it.
Run it back. Run it back.
Run it back. Oh, Landon, thank you so much. I appreciate all the kind words very much. Is there really such a thing as a boy-girl song musically? Yes. So it doesn't have to be all that gendered, you know what I'm saying? But there definitely is, I think, in K-pop culture, like a difference. And there's groups that are female that specifically would say we're looking for boyish style. So it's not necessarily like, oh, this is male, this is female, right? It's more just like kind of how they classified, like this is a girly style, this is a boyish style. So usually if it's a boyish style, it just is a lot more aggressive. And usually if it's like a feminine, they'll say lovely a lot of the times. It just means like, you know, like Twice, that kind of high teen, like pretty, beautiful type of vibe. You know, a lot of the descriptions A&Rs use are like words like lovely, beautiful, aggressive, strong, powerful. Like they just want to evoke a feeling because they're trying to brand their group or artist. So yeah, you kind of have to, you know, try to get in their mindset and try to guess what they want. I'm a songwriter. I always come up with words and I know how it should sound, but I don't know how to transfer that onto a track. I mean, it just sounds like you need to work with melody writers. If you're more of a lyricist, you know, you bring your lyric ideas to melody writers and you collaborate with them. Just keep in mind that you might have to like shift things around as melodies come in, because usually, at least, I mean, K-pop, definitely pop as well, melodies come first. Sometimes though, the title and the concept comes first and the melody and the lyric is like at the same time shaped around it. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. Aw, for so, thank you. I'm learning so much from you. Thank you for thanking me. Appreciate it. I'm using the pink noise technique for mixing while writing. When the sound is only slightly louder than the pink, it sits okay in the mix. That's cool. I actually have never heard of that technique. I'd love to look it up. Neos, what's up? How are you? I just kind of use my ear and like what I know has worked for me. I mean, I always, it's just like a me thing, right? Like I always have the most insanely loud kicks and 808s and snares. It does not have to be like that, but for me it works for sure. How do they ask you to make a song for an artist? Do they give a really in-depth description or just a general description? Sometimes it's general. Usually it's pretty in-depth. It's like they'll send an email to publishers and writers and stuff, and it's a brief that they write up. Like, I don't know, like let's say if I had an artist signed under me, or let's say if I were writing a brief for myself as an artist, right? I would be like, and I'm looking for tracks or I'm looking for songs, I would say, okay, looking for powerful, empowering vibes, nothing immature, you know, grown woman concept like that. I would describe it like that, and then I would give some previous releases. I'd give them a couple links of songs that have done well for me. Then I'd say references, give a couple of songs that I think are in the same vibe. I don't know, give like Doja Cat or something like that. Maybe a few lesser known songs so people can kind of get inspired. So yeah, it just depends, but usually it is pretty like, sometimes they'll go in, they'll be like pre-chorus needs to be like this and then the bass line needs to be like this. When it's too detailed, I almost kind of get like, it's too restrictive, you know? It's kind of hard to give somebody like the song for their idea of a song. If they're like, this needs to be like this and this needs to be like, and this needs to be like, it's a little like, you could do it as a professional writer. It's just kind of, it can be like funky. That's the best way I can describe it. When it's a little more like, we're looking for an empowering concept or like da 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 da, it's like, okay, like I can transcribe that in my own way. How do you go about pitching to Western artist labels without a publisher? Western is very rarely accepting outside songs. That's why I do so much K-pop, is because I like to write songs on my own and I don't always want to write with an artist. And in Western, you almost always have to write with the artist and you have to do so many sessions with them. Like, I know people that will literally just like, oh, I'm helping develop this artist, and they'll do 20, 30, 40 songs with them. They'll spend half their year with them to get one cut, you know. And if it's Dua Lipa, it's worth it. It's obviously, but you're also not gonna get to those projects in the beginning. Like, you'll be lucky if you're working with like a viral TikTok artist. So, you know, if you look down at the breakdown of what that looks like in the end for you, you know, unless their song really goes viral, and if you're not even a producer and you don't have points on the master and you're just getting publishing, I mean, you might end up making like $1,000 for 1,000 hours of work. So like, it can be tricky. I feel like I'm sounding negative. There's definitely ways, and if that's like your path and your passion, you will find ways to do it. There's also like kind of cross things you can do with film and television, which all pay really well. So there's ways for sure, but I wouldn't recommend like, yeah, just write great songs and send them to like Miley and, you know, Ariana. I mean, people I work with that have Grammys have a really hard time getting songs through those projects. So just perspective. But there's like many ways to do well and like make it, and you know, it's all very loose definition. There's many ways to do well, but I just know that I wouldn't bank on that necessarily. Have I met any of the idols? Just on the internet. I've talked to Sunmi, I've talked to Sorn on the internet, but I'm actually going to Korea next month. Yes, and I'll be there for a month, so maybe. Yeah. Okay, I downloaded this without even listening to it. HTV Productions, you're getting coffee and hanging with me. Yay! Thanks for hanging. Hey, I don't know if you remember, but I DM'd you when The Sims had the Russian LGBTQ ban. I remember that and like that. Love your work so much. Boss up such a good song. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, there's a lot going on in the Sims community right now. That's like my hobby and my passion, you guys. That's a really cool sample. That's more of like an accent. I'm always looking for something that can be a definitive feature of a track, though. And this is very like specific to me, obviously. It just has to catch my ear, like, this is cool, but like whatever. But somebody else might be like, oh, I can do this with it, you know? And that's these types of things. Do you do background checks on the artists you're writing with? Listener discography. Oh, I thought you meant like real like police background checks to make sure they don't like pull any crazy shit. Because honestly, some people you should do a background check on. Yeah, of course. I always like dive into their discography and try to find out about what their voice sounds like and things like that. It's very important. Like, even for example, for Sunmi, I know she has more of like a mid-range voice. She doesn't sing really high. So if you're sending her something that's like you know, really high range song, there's cool sounds in there, she won't want it. Or if it's not too high, they might lower the key. But yeah, you definitely have to, if you're like really trying to nail a cut with somebody specific, you need to know about them. But also, I will confess, I didn't know who ITZY were when we first got that cut. I was out of the K-pop game for a long time. I didn't know anything that was going on in it, and they wanted Mafia in the Morning. So everything I say, there's instances where it's the opposite. You know, it's just kind of like what's worked for me. What's been your favorite collab so far? I think you probably mean artists. It's funny, even though they cut our songs, I kind of like I love and respect them. But when I think collab, I think more like people I work with here, like my like co-producers, and co-writers, yeah, I love working with my best friend Elli. I love working with my friend Gino Barletta. I love working with my friend Giselle. It's a lot of it is just people that I like really get along with, which is honestly like sounds so basic, but I think it's good advice. Like, work with who you get along with, you know, because so many people will try to like force a relationship and a connection with somebody just because they're successful or this or that, or they have this relationship or this thing going on. But if it's not like it's like dating, right? If you are looking for love, you're not gonna like, well, some people do force things. They're like, oh, this person's so hot, like I want to date them, and you're like, but you have nothing in common and they don't even like you, don't even really like them other than the fact that they're hot. You're so iconic with I by Lights. That's one of my favorites, guys. I really like that song. But yeah, I mean, being it's cool. Yeah, being in these collaborations it's like being in a relationship. For me at least, I have to really get along with the people. Otherwise, it's like it's uncomfortable, and then it drains you, and then you have to spend days recovering your energy. It's just not a vibe. Are you going to Korea next month too? Ayo. I can write decent K-pop charts, but how do I get started pitching those? Who am I reaching out to? It's very hard to get picked up in that way. I would just say that you need to go through collaborators. Don't try to reach out to any companies. They don't want to hear from you. Like, and I'm not being mean. They don't like, they didn't want to hear from me like a year ago. Seriously. They want people that have like kind of proven that they can give them hits. So, but there's a lot of writers and producers that will give you a shot. I don't know, maybe not a lot, but there are some, like myself included. I give people shots all the time because like I like what they do. But I will say, like, for me, when I will like kind of help like a new writer or producer, I want them to be like fairly developed already. I don't have the time to like develop somebody to the point where like what they send me is commercially viable. Like, don't even want to use like words like good, like all of that's arbitrary. But I do have a good sense for like school commerciality, and if it's not commercial, it's kind of hard to like find that connection, you know. This kid is really cool, but it's like, I don't know. I'm not hearing anything that's like, oh, this is a sample I can immediately start a song from. Let's look. This is all vocal melodies. It's really good. Drip is really good too, actually. Yeah, this is like Drip is more for hip hop, which I like really appreciate. What is good vocal sound? Did I work on Gabby's new album? Yes, I did, but they've reproduced a lot of the things, or they like took my production and like added stuff to it. Yeah, she kind of is like on her own journey now. This is cool. Sometimes I'll hear things like this and I'll be like, oh, but I wanted to do a different like ending, and then I'll redo it. But this one's not like worth it enough, I think. My vocals are still low. I'm gonna pull this up. Let me know if this is good. And you guys can hear me okay. Yeah, I also might need to turn this master down a little bit. Every time I change something in my studio, it changes everything's first streaming, and I'm like, oh god. Hey Rick. Yeah, this stuff is cool. This is interesting. It's too lo-fi. It's like, sounds cool, but it doesn't sound commercial. Do you know what I mean? Well, not in like a pop way. Wait, that harp? Harp is cool for like an R&B, like chill, but still commercial track. So I can change like the temp. It's cool. It's too R&B, I think, for kind of what I do. Oh, this is the one I like. So this kind of actually gives me an idea, but this doesn't have a chord progression, so I don't like that. But let me see if I can like find something, because I can apply a harp sound to this later. Like it was a ah. Interesting. Maybe like A minor. No, that's boring. I don't like it. Moving on. Moving on. Oh, the wrong plugin. Let's go back to arcade. Yeah, these sounds are from arcade. Sorry, TikTok, you guys can't see my screen. If you guys want to join on YouTube, you can see like what I'm doing. It's just LYRE music group, the same as here. It's a vibe. Just saying. But yeah, this is like a very cool plugin to find interesting samples. No one has connections with K-pop. Yeah, honestly, I just wouldn't like. A lot of people are like, oh, like relationships and stuff, connections. It is important, but the most important thing is the quality of your work. Like you can always find ways to get things out. Okay. I'm like not. This is cool. Let's do. Oh, hold on. Let me go up a key. Oh, what's up? Top lining is always a problem for me. I seem to make a decent track, but I always get stuck on writing the melody. It's because most people don't top line and produce the tracks at the same time. You should work with other top liners. I'm like the weird exception, but I'm also 35 and I've been doing this like literally, well, not yet, in a few weeks. I've been doing this my whole life, and I started with top lining and then taught myself track production. If you mostly have been producing, you can definitely learn how to top line, but like don't try to do it all at once. You know what I mean? Like work with others and learn from them. Things are dry, guys. It's dry. I'm not inspired by a damn thing. And this is cool, you know what I mean? It's not like me ripping on any of this stuff. It's really quite good. Just not anything I'm like feeling right now. Well, actually, you know what? That flute was cool. It's too short. Okay, I'm gonna go a different kit. This is not making it for me. What about this ARPS kit? Voyage to the outer limits of our arpeggiation to discover a multiverse of captivating melodic permutations. This might be too like techno. Do you think your credibility is solid now in the K-pop world? I mean, yeah. it's still, you always can do better. I feel like I need, you know, it's one of those things all of us are always like, I could use 10 more singles this year. But, you know, it definitely makes it easier when you've like locked in some things as far as continuing your career. That's what I always say, like, don't compare your career to those of people that are already established. Like, I'm not going to compare my career to Max Martin, for example, right now. You know what I mean? I don't have the same level of resources at this moment. I always just look like a few steps ahead, but not, you know, why am I not like the biggest person in the world? Because like you haven't built up to that point yet. For setting, you can make a user patch, save it for the streaming, and turn it to it when you're working. Yeah, I really should be doing that. Well, I just changed my things too. That's why it's all like all over the place. Things will get better with this streaming, I promise. I want to get actually good at like streaming and be able to like zoom in the camera, zoom out, like do all the cool things that like professional streamers do. We're not there yet though. It's not enough of a chord progression. Look, I love this. Oh, it's just, this is cute, but it needs to be like a little bit slower, I think. More of like a mid, like. And this is cool. I wonder if this should be more of a mid-tempo, like R&B vibe. That feels so chaotic though. I'm not sure about that. Like 90 BPM-ish. OBS can do that quite well. Guys, DM me on Instagram. Those of y'all that have streaming knowledge. I literally like, I'm not good at it, and I'm one of those people that like, I have a hard time like wrapping my brain around a new thing, but once I do, I'm like, oh, this is easy. Okay, this is cool, but really it's just two like minor 7th chords, so it's okay. Not, like, sold. Yeah, okay. I'm not sold, even though you're lovely, Radiant Harp. This is cool. Like 80s vibes. Do I have any tips on creating chord progressions that aren't boring? It depends on your music industry. It depends on music theory knowledge. If you're not very strong with music theory, you can use a chord pack, like something like Unison. You drag in the MIDI, and it like basically gives you the chord, so you can hear it right back. We might even try some of that today. You know, and I do have like pretty decent music theory. I mean, good, I guess. What? I can't speak theory knowledge, but there are times like today I'm relaxed. I've like mostly been resting. Like it's the weekend. I don't feel like writing complex chord progressions right now. Sometimes dragging in a chord will be like, oh, it just sparks something, you know? Yeah, I've actually been really thinking about Twitch. I think there's this software called Restream where you can stream to different platforms at the same time. Yeah, I actually like today like changed my username on Twitch because I just use it to like watch other people's streams and I don't like use it as like a creator. But I'm thinking about it because I watch other people and I was like, oh, they do all these cool things. I bet I could figure this out. I feel like this is maybe supposed to be like tu-tu-ta-tu-ta-ta-tu-ta, like a little. Oh, this is cool. Create your own chord progression with this. It's kind of, the rhythm isn't. I don't know. Process, I usually just like look for whatever catches my ear. Do you still listen to country music? I'm gonna be honest with you, no, and I don't plan to. Nashville scarred me for life, so second I left I was like, I'm never listening to this shit again. And nothing against anybody that does. That's just my personal experience. It was the worst time of my life. Yeah, and it's kind of, I really enjoy pop songs that are inspired by classical. I really do. That sounds like a good pre-chorus, actually. You see, like with classical. This is good. Big stabs of kind of choir vocals. Interesting. I'm gonna capture that real quick. I do like that quite a bit, actually. Is this still an E minor? No, B flat. B flat major? Okay, well, it sounds good, whatever it is. Well, like, whatever it be, it sounds good, I like it. So. It's so easy, you need to understand how to read that thing. I mean, honestly, it's true. It's like, we just started Discord, by the way. If some of you guys haven't joined the Discord and you're writer-producer, you want to, like, meet other writer-producers, I strongly recommend it because, a lot of really cool people joined, and everybody's kind of like discussing collabs and things they could do together. It's actually really, really fun. But I will be honest with you guys, I logged into it for the first time today because sorry, TikTok, I dropped you guys. Somebody else made that for me, and I was like, I don't understand the Discord. And then I finally like took some time today to look at it, and I was like, what was I intimidated by? This is just like a little chat. Like, why did I think this was so difficult? So silly. Yeah, this is cool. Yeah, and I don't process them too much. Like, I could put something like vinyl on it. Actually, I will, just for funs. Just to hear that. Because this is probably what I would end up doing to it, but come on. Why is it not listening to me? But most of the time I try to keep them. Actually, this is really cool. You know what I would do though? I would create one part with it and one part without it, just because when I'm writing to it, I might want to remove it, and if I've printed it with it like it's done, I'm not gonna have it. So yeah, with violins and choir, it could be cool. Yeah, and I'll save both like that, and that way I have like options for it, and also where it can go down to 0. It'll be quiet, but that's fine. I mean, you can always compress, boost, etc., etc. And then we'll put it in. I don't even know if I'd put this in K-pop. Maybe just into like. Nah, I'll put it in K-pop because I have another folder right to this, but I don't know where it is. Let's call it Classical Piano 155 B flat major, because that's what it said. Yeah. What was my favorite K-pop song I wrote? Honestly, Classy, I think. Classy is just like a vibe. I do like that song, not to toot my own horn, well, and my collaborators, of course. I do think that was really fun. How about using one of those that you like resample simply with the root notes of your desired chord progression? No, it could be cool, like the ARPs. Maybe second layer with a granular synthesis. See, I am not that much of a sound designer. I can be with drums, I will admit. I really like to like create super detailed fills. It annoys me to do this with like at this stage, you know what I mean? Because I don't know if I'm gonna end up using any of this. That's the thing. About half of the samples I choose and like play with and stuff, I don't end up using. So it's like an investment thing for me. I think about, I'm like, oh, I don't want to invest a lot of time into something that I might not use. And if I do use it, I'll do it in the track. So that's why I kind of am very like simple with this stuff. I just want to find something I like. This is so cool. Pretty. Oh, that's cool. I love that. I love those violins. Because I think you could do something like really opposite, maybe like a really giant sawtooth bass or something like that. How long does it take you to finish a song? At least the demo. It depends. I mean, it depends on the song. If it's, let's say, like a very simple trap track, man, I can knock that out in 3 hours. If it's one of those K-pop tracks where there's different sections and then there's a lot of chord changes, maybe there's a modulation at the end, it will take a while. And especially with vocals too, if I'm doing like a song I did, which I wish I could play, guys, but I can't, did the other day, which was for a K-pop group, I probably did 100 vocal tracks. I'm not even kidding you. It was like 8 gangs, about 25, probably more, like 30 background tracks of different tunings, all kinds of dubs, probably like 15 dubs of different tunings. It gets gnarly. So it can take a while. Discord link. Okay, let me post the Discord link for you guys actually. Discord. Is this it? Yes, it is. I wish you could customize it. I don't think you can. So it's just like one with numbers and stuff. LYRE Discord. Boom. I'm Alina Smith in the chat, not LYRE. Okay. This is cool. It's not any vibes that I know are like killing it right now. I also think about that too, like popularity of sounds. But sometimes I don't care. If I really like something, I don't care. I'll go for it. But if it isn't like fully grabbing me, and also isn't a thing that I know that's very hot right now, I'm like, it's kind of cool to hear it in a progression though. Cozy vibes. Yes, I'm live. I know I haven't been live in so long. I would like I love streamers. You guys know I like watch a lot of game streams, and I always am so amazed that they have a stream schedule where they're like dedicated and they stream 5 or 6 days a week. I'm like, how do you do this? I mean, obviously that's their like job, and this is more for fun for me. But I'm still always very impressed by that. Thank you so much, Cozy Vibes. I really appreciate it. I feel that scored is wrong. This is... Hold on. Okay, I think it's so cool, actually. It's missing an 5 chord for me. Do I really do this? I can melodyne it. Ugh, but with all of these RP things going, it'd be actually really hard. I hate when they don't do that, when they don't give you the chord that you need. Okay, I'm not doing it. It's too much effort. Too much effort. Moving on. No. No. Oh, wait, that's cute. Hold on. Where's that? Celesta. Where did I put the Discord link? It's right there in the chat, guys. It just says Alina Smith. I'm not logged in as LYRE on this computer, so. Okay, this is cute. I do love like really pretty Celeste bells and stuff. Which song did I make for Produce 101? So I did make 2. They were for Produce 101 China. One was called Lollipop and one was called Superstar. Where's the Discord? Let me see. Can I put it in the chat on TikTok? Can you put links in? I actually don't know how to do this. Hold on. Me just being like, yeah, I'm a content creator and literally not knowing how to use any of the comment. Oh yes, I can do this. Okay, 1 second. I crack myself up, you guys. I need like creator lessons. I give y'all producer lessons. Maybe you guys can give me creator lessons. Okay, Discord. All right. I just put it in. I don't know if you can copy this on TikTok. Let me know if you guys can't grab it. Maybe I can also add it in the, like the link, in the bio link. Why did it take me so long to think of this? I don't know if YouTube even allows you to put in links as if you're not signed in as a creator. Oh, maybe it's like blocked me. How rude! Hold on, let me sign in as my like actual self. And the thing is like, can I watch my own stream if I'm signed in as me? Hold on, let's experiment. Creator lessons. I can't. Okay, sweet. Hi. Let's see. Hold on. Ah! Oh no! I went to a Sims video instead. All right. Let's see. Hi. There. Okay. Now I figured this out. Here you go, guys. I'll pop in this Discord thing. There we go. Oh no! Hold on. It like there. LOL. Yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, I guess it blocks links if you're not the creator. Okay, cool. I will remember that for the future. This is really cute. I feel like this I can put like full on like chords underneath. But also what I'm hearing like a pad thing under it. I don't know if that's like anything anyone's looking for right now. The invite is invalid. Oh guys, I really am bad at being a creator. Hold on, let me see. Why? Let's see, let's find out. Discord. Invite invalid. Why is my invite invalid? Let me know. Hold on, let me try. There's this one more, and if this doesn't work, I will find it for you guys. Oh, there you go. I think I put in something wrong into the chat. I suck at this. Here's the right link. There we go. That's cute. Interesting. I actually really like that. Maybe a little bit quicker. Yay, guys. Join the Discord. Join us. And in like 3 months, I'm going to become an expert. I swear. I was so confused. Like, I have not seen you post anything in the Discord. Yeah, it's because I don't know how. Somebody else created it, then my assistant like sent an email blast about it, and I was just like, I had it in my to-do list. Get on the Discord. Oh my god. For TikTok, I think for you guys the easiest thing, I will put it in the bio link. Because I feel like, or join our stream on YouTube. It's more fun here anyway. You see the screen and like hear better audio and stuff. But there's some in the links, in the link department in the comment section. Wow, some bells from pizzicato would be cool. Yeah, I agree. I actually really like this. All right, so let's get this one. I feel like I'm being so picky today. I like want to find some sounds, guys. Done. Make a story, just the Discord link. I'm going to for Instagram. Yeah, I think I'm going to when I hang up here. Because people need to know about the Discord. Now, speaking of the Discord, like for you guys, I'm so new at this, so I don't know what like producers do on there. I know that people do challenges, so I was kind of wondering, are there any challenges you guys would want to do? Like flip the sample, like those types of challenges, because I've definitely seen that. I think that's super fun. Let me know if you guys have seen other creators do anything that you really like, or maybe like something you've thought of that would be really fun and cool to do. Okay, this is cute. What I like about this too is that the chord progression, this kind of pedal, so the chords could do a lot of different things underneath it. So that could be cool. All right, so what is this key also? Did it say? Da, 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 D major. Okay, fantastic. Let's call it pretty major bells 163. and G major. Okay, sweet. Sweet, 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 sweet. Yeah, let's go to YouTube. Please, guys, go to YouTube. It's way better there. It's the vibe. It's the vibe on the YouTubes. Okay. Alright, let's see what else we've got. I almost want to try a different pack now, because we've been on this ARPS pack for a while. It's really good. But, oh, Honey I think is really good for R&B. You guys know I like R&B. But what else is there? What are... Pop Underground's quite good. It's a little, like, Western, I think. Lush synths, pumping textures. That sounds promising. Chopped. Think musical sushi. I love the people that write these things. It's really, like, they have fun. Vintage synths. I don't think I've ever played with this. Let's actually look at this. This should be, like, analog. And I've actually seen a few retro requests recently, so maybe something like this would be cool. Future, I have a challenge for myself. Write 100 songs in 100 days. Really helps me to stay focused, learn every day. Not every song is good, of course. I think that's a fantastic challenge, honestly. I'm probably also going to have not 100 songs in 100 days, but 100 this year. I think it's a really great challenge for, well, teaching yourself not to get too caught up in the weeds, because I know this is like a tendency producers have a lot of the times, is to like hyper focus on everybody knows like the snare sound, you know, you hyper focus on the snare and then you forget to kind of see the forest for the trees. So I think if you have a challenge like, oh, you have to keep going, it forces you to keep going and forces you to figure things out. So I think that's really fantastic. Have I worked with Dreamcatcher? I actually haven't, no. I haven't seen any briefs for them either. I wonder if they have like an internal team that works on their stuff, because sometimes that happens. Sometimes they have like basically writers that are assigned to the label's publishing side working on all the things, and they don't ask outside writers to participate. Hi Portugal, Maggie, what's good? I'm obsessed with Output, so have you included them in your music production? I love them. They're also a really nice company. Like when I talk to people at that company, every time I'm like, oh, they're so nice and like kind and accommodating, and like no shade. I have shade, but I won't throw it publicly. But there's companies that like, I hate their vibes. Like it feels very corporate and very like unfriendly and cold. And yeah, Output's like honestly like 10 out of 10. Yeah, and it's just so interesting. Actually, I really love this whistle. I wonder if this could be more of like a 100 BPM kind of thing. Oh, I like that. This could do a lot. Maybe I just EQ it a little bit. Yeah, like some of the bottom. There's one pokey frequency right here. She's poking. Let's poke her down a little bit. Goodbye, shoddy. Maybe too much. Too much, I think. I did a little too much. She needs to be a little higher, a little bit wider. Sometimes I'm really aggressive with EQ. I kind of think of it as almost like painting, and then I'm like, why am I so aggressive? I'm like, I know this is not even how you're supposed to do this. Okay, this is cool. I like this. Let's record. Let's record this. Very cool. 2, 3, and... Awesome. Okay, so let me just kind of... I see some really good questions come in. Let me just kind of bounce this, and I'm going to answer everything. Dun, 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 dun. Also, I should probably not have this cranked so high. Okay, this whistle is dope. This whistle, she be dope. Let's call it melodic whistle. I'm very uncreative with my sample names. Honestly, there's a point in that though. I kind of, oh shoot, I forgot to check the key. I kind of want to just know exactly what it is. If I called it like I don't know, watermelon sky, I'd be like, what is that? But if I call it what it is, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's like that whistle thing. B minor, okay. Yeah, some people get like really creative with their names, which is really, it can be really fun. What did I call it? Melodic whistle, B minor, 100 BPM. All right, sweet. So Amani's asking, I do have a question. How did you break into the business? I have no desire to become an artist myself, but want to write and create demos for others. US or international thoughts? Yes, I have thoughts. Okay, so it took me a really long time, which is why I really like to kind of like give advice and teach now, because I think a lot of the stuff I kind of faced could have been avoided if I knew what I was doing. I think the biggest misconception out there and the biggest sort of misunderstanding is that people think they need management or publishers as writers and producers. And the thing is, those people, right, the ones that are good, they are very busy with their flagship, and I'll explain what that means. So to me, your flagship is whoever you started with, right? Like if I wasn't, well, I'm managing one writer, Giselle, right? So let's say she's my flagship, right? And I'm developing her for years. She's getting cuts, I'm making money off of her, and new writers come in and want to work with me. And let's say they're really talented, and I'm like, damn, I really want to work with you. My time is limited, right? Because I'm really busy, working on Giselle, and she's the one that's making me money. So what you would get from me, even if I had the best intentions in mind, is probably not what Giselle is getting, right? She would get the top priority. Like, she would get the most of my attention. This is for every manager, and I've experienced this working with manager as not their priority. They try. They bring you the things that they think make sense. They come across something, they're like, this could be good for so-and-so. But really their attention is on the person that's making the money. So, and this is like best case scenario. This is the scenario where you already have some things going on, you need help, right? And this scenario where you're just talented and that's it, it's very hard to get somebody to like do things for you that is a busy person, right? And if they're not busy and they're starting out, there definitely could be something really cool there because you're building together. So that's definitely an option. But I think the biggest thing that everybody for some reason does not know about, I don't know why, is that most of your opportunities are going to come from your collaborators. That's just kind of how it works, because all of us need each other. Even somebody like me, I'm pretty unusual in the fact that I produce, write, sing, and mix. Like, I kind of, if I wanted to never collaborate with anybody, I could not never collaborate with anybody and create the whole thing by myself. Most people like don't have the various skills, but I still don't do that. I do some songs by myself, but I don't do that primarily because when you collaborate with several people and you collaborate with them consistently, you create this relationship where you help each other out, right? And sometimes it's literally like, hey, I think you would be really good at this opportunity that came in, and I just give it to my friends and my collaborators. And sometimes it's like bringing them into something. Hey, I have this opportunity and I think your writing would really enhance the song, or your production would really help take this to the next level. So we all do this for each other, and that's the way your career grows. You get successes together. Now everybody is rising, and that's the point where like management, publishers, all of those people are starting to come in and help you out. So I hope that makes sense. Sundance says, this is relaxing. Yeah, I'm glad it's relaxing. But yeah, I think there's definitely exceptions. I mean, I got a publishing deal when I had nothing going on, and that was kind of an exception. And it helped in some ways, and it wasn't helpful in other ways. So it's kind of like, not everything is going to be perfect, but so far in my experience, the best thing has been just finding great collaborations and sticking with them. A lot of people that I collaborate with, I've written with them for years, like years and years and years. Hi, Michaela. Hey, hope I'm not super late. Nah, we're just honestly we're hanging out. Today's a very chill stream. I'm mostly like looking for samples in arcade, trying to find cool things, and then we're just chatting about the music industry, giving some advice, talking about my lack of creator skills on OBS and streaming. Hardest K-pop song you wrote? I mean, Mafia in the Morning was it's hardest is not the word. It was challenging because there were a lot of revisions. Some of the stuff I've been doing recently, I always like want to show you guys stuff, but I literally can't. In fact, I've had something leak that I showed on one of these streams. Like somebody went through my streams looking for songs, and they like captured the audio, and they leaked it, pretending it was for big K-pop artist, where it was just like a song for anyone, but they said it was specifically for this group, and it like was really leaked. A lot of people were talking about it on social media, and I'm just like, this is not cool. This is not okay to do that to songwriters, because like not only are you doing that to me, but you're doing this to my 3 collaborators that like potentially the song is now non-pitchable, and now we've wasted 20 hours of our life. It's something that I can't do. But some of the stuff I've been doing recently, it's not hard, it's just been very like detailed. Like there's crazy walk ups and walk downs with chords all over the place. There's huge harmony stacks. So it isn't that it's hard, it's just more, it just takes a long time. I'm happy to collab. I never know when is a great time to do that. Is it in the beginning or later in career? Always, like literally always. You will always collaborate. There's no one, if you look at song credits on Spotify, you will rarely find a song with one person on it. And that's because like first of all, several great writers together just usually create a great song. Not always, sometimes it's a mismatch, but if you already know you work well with them, like it will work. But also for business reasons, if 4 writers are on the song and all 4 writers have relationships that are different, that's 4 like directions the song could be pitched in and go in. If it's just you, it's just you. I mean, if you're Sia or you're somebody really, really established, like it's cool because you have that like credential and that name recognition. But if you're just like a normal kind of working writer, even if you're successful, like it's better to collab for sure. So you start now. Like obviously don't be like hitting up some really established writer. That's not like considered okay. But hit up other people that are like also growing, because growing together is like the key, because you'll keep helping each other out. Like don't try to be like, oh, what can I get now out of this person? Think of like, is this somebody I can work with 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, that kind of thing. I think that's one thing I've noticed a lot too, is like people, and it makes sense. When I was young, I'm young now, but when I was younger, I was very impatient, and I was just like, I want this now, I want this cut now, I want this success now. And I have a really different perspective on that now. The growth in anything, not just music industry, like literally like any pursuit, the growth usually takes years. You're so lucky if you have any sort of success after 2 years. You're lucky if you have something going on after 5. Usually it's like 5 to 10 years for success in anything. And I think people hear about these overnight successes and they get really excited, and they're like, oh, if I just like write a cool song, it blows up, I'm famous. I mean, that can happen. The problem with that is you haven't built all the skills to keep it going. So the chance of that happening again for you is like extremely low. So I've seen it too. I've seen it because I've been around for so long now. I've seen people like rise and fall, and I kind of prefer like this type of trajectory for myself and for people I like help develop. Like I would just say, like, don't like handle your frustration, work on yourself, because it does nothing to serve you. It only hurts you. This is cool. We're like at a weird like tempo. What if I just go somewhere else? Like, I'm just curious. Interesting. It was actually really cool and it was really fast. I'm just like literally playing around. I'm just playing, you guys. Yeah. That's cool. I like it. Western. It's really cool. Maybe a little bit like. I like this. Very sad though. Philip Glass is coming to K-pop. Do you think anyone could produce purely just by skill, or do they need musical talent too? I think you mean like music. Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Like, I think you have I think you have to be really fucking talented, guys. You have to be really fucking talented, and even then, it's really hard. Like skill, yeah, you can learn. The skill. How do I have like a metaphor sitting on the tip of my tongue? Okay, yeah, okay. It's like cooking. Like anyone can cook, right? Anyone can turn on the stove, cut up ingredients. But if your ingredients aren't good, the meal won't taste good, right? Like if you're using expired olive oil and you're using rotten tomatoes, it's gonna taste like shit, even if you like cut everything up correctly and like fried it up for the right amount of time. And like your talent is the ingredients. So raw talent, of course, like this is something people hate hearing, but I'm just honest, you know. Raw talent ain't shit, you guys, though. Like you have to have both the skill and talent. There's so many people that have raw talent, but the development of the talent is what takes it over the top. And it's that, you know, there's a lot of people that are talented, but there are very few people that are brilliant plus experienced. And those are the people that are getting all the jobs, you know. And you have to just know that the road is long. Even if you're like a legit genius, the road is long. Because not only is the knowledge like kind of hard to get, because some of it won't even have to do with your talent. Some of it is business, some of it is a relationship based, some of it is like kind of like soft skills, like how to act in sessions. Very important. So even if you're like insanely freaking talented, like you still have to put in not just the work, but the hours and the patience and the like the maturing process that it takes. Like there's no skipping it. Just in my opinion, I could have done it faster because I've just like wasted time without realizing I was wasting it. You know, just writing by myself a lot in my room in Las Vegas where I live, not knowing anybody in the industry, not making any efforts to know anybody in the industry. So I always say, like, focus on your talent and developing it, but also don't ignore like the industry relationship aspect. Let's see. Raw talent is beginner's luck. Yeah, I mean, you need it. You can't do without it. But it's like, yeah, you have good apples, but like you don't have apple pie. And the contest is for apple pie, not apples. Now I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Do you know any K-pop songs with a slower groove? There's some for sure. There's a lot of K-pop R&B that's very like vibey. It's cute. This is cool stuff. It's not like killing me, but I'm excited about this kid. I mean, this whole line. This is cool. It's very like, yeah, yo, like Western hip hop though. Oh, that's really interesting. Actually, I want to hear that. Aw, I'm glad you think my advice is good. I just try to speak from the heart, you guys. I've been through a lot of shit, but I've also done a lot of things well. I think so. I just try to, you know, be honest about what I think didn't go well, about what did go well. Wait, you're telling me olive oil expires? Yes! Check your olive oil. You don't want to be eating a rotten oil. It's gonna make you sick. This is cute. Kind of giving me like Blackpink ice cream, Selena Gomez vibes. I don't know if I would want to build out of that. It's cool, like LYRE. By the way, I'm not ripping on Arcade. I freaking love Arcade. I'm just really picky. I feel like I've done this in a song. That's cute. In my consultations, have I ever consulted with someone who had zero experience in the industry? Yeah, it's funny. I ask people to apply because, like, I just want to know if I can help them. If somebody's too green, I kind of say no, because I just don't think they, like, need me yet. They just need to, like, practice, you know. But if someone is a little bit more like, oh, I have some experience, but, you know, I'm trying to figure out this step, and I also will listen to their music, and if it's good and, like, they have some experience, it's just like this, like, relationship is missing, or this one, like, knowledge piece is missing, then I'll take it. Yeah, you guys are so welcome. This is really cute. I wanted to go faster though, I think. Like one of these. It's like a nice little verse for something. I'm not like, it doesn't sound like a hit, but it sounds like a cool B-side, and like, I'll save it, you know? You never know. You never know either. Disney Harry Potter sound. I love that kind of thing too. Like the bells. Yeah. Oh, I hope this is fun, you guys. I know usually I produce and stuff, but I think it's fun to chat and also look at these things too, because I encourage you guys to do some sample searches as well, because this really helps. It really does. Yeah, she's cute. You know what I want? I do want to process this a little bit though. It feels a little narrow. Let me try this plugin, Super VHS, to like, oh there you go. Maybe a little detuning on it too. Oh yeah, it's cute. Let's see. Let's call this bloopy poopy bloopy poppy sound. Bloopy poppy verse vibe. 188 A minor. Let's go. Oh, money, thank you. That shows how genuine you are. Most people, regardless of who the consumer is, will take the money and run. Oh God, I don't want to do that. I do not want to do that. Yeah, I mean, I consult because I want to help people, you know? Like, yeah, it's a little extra money, but like, it doesn't make or break me. So it's mostly I just want to help. I want to give somebody some advice that will like actually like do good things for them. Because I think this industry is really confusing, even for me sometimes. Like, I was registering some of my songs on BMI today, so it's just kind of funny because I haven't quite done that much in my life, because I've had a publishing deal for like 7 years, and your publisher does that for you. And then I basically didn't have to after I left, because I was like waiting for cuts to come in. But now that I've had a bunch of new cuts, I was like, ooh, I should like register things. There's things from like 7 months ago that aren't on BMI. I should like put them on BMI. And it was actually pretty challenging, especially with Asian writers, where there's sometimes two publishers. There's an original publisher and a sub-publisher, and sometimes you don't have people's publishing info. I was like, oh, this is like a lot of work. And sometimes too, like, I don't know if you guys have done a lot of your own registration, but on BMI, the song total has to total to 200% for the publishers and the writers. But you don't really know that in the beginning. I kind of knew that, but even then, you have to like make sure the percentages add up. And then sometimes when the publisher sends you the breakdown, it isn't, you know, the 200%. It's like 100% for all the publishers and the writers. So you have to be like, wait, so I need to multiply this by 2. I felt like an accountant doing this today, but I also had a really good time because I figured out how to do it, and I actually made a tutorial for my assistant because she was like, fuck, like this is complicated. And when I looked at it myself, I was like, it is complicated, but I figured it out and I felt like really accomplished. So it's funny, our industry is very convoluted in many ways. Oh, Victoria, you're so welcome. Hey guys on TikTok, I feel like I've been talking to you guys. Thank you so much, Classy F. I think I'm saying your name correctly. Feel free to join on YouTube too. That's a little bit like more better sound and everything here. Interesting. This is cool. Interesting. Aw, you're just building up a well full of inspiration for future uses. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I kind of love doing this for when I'm in a session in a pinch, I need to put something together, you know, because yeah, I can like play, but I know that sometimes it's hit and miss if you're just like purely relying on inspiration. So I love to do these types of things. This is fun. Funky. This is a really good kit, this vintage. I also love organic. This is like just pretty. Just the texture on this background. It's just so pretty. I really love it. And I kind of haven't shown any adjustments because I'm mostly just looking for like the overall idea, but there's so much you can do with just these. Like here, just adding a bit brushing. Oh, that's so cool. I love this bit brushing. As a solo independent artist that owns their music, 100% should be registering your music with things like ASCAP and Be Mine. So think of it as 200%. Think of you should have your own publishing company and then you as a writer. So it will be very simple for you to register. You basically do 100% to you as a writer, 100% to you as a publisher. And that's that. This is so lo-fi fun. Would be cool if monetization be enabled here on YouTube to send you some money. Oh, thank you. That's very sweet. Do you have Patreon? I don't have Patreon. I've thought of it. I'm not a full-time creator. You know, I'm pretty much a full-time producer, and I do like this stuff on the side for fun. If it ever grows to the point where like monetarily it makes sense for me to take time away from producing and writing, I hope that happens because I really enjoy this. It's like just fun for me. But for now, I've thought about it and I was like, man, I don't think I could like provide enough value for Patreon subscribers at this point, just because like this last month, for example, I just didn't make videos. I didn't go live. I didn't do anything because I was like that busy with music that I can't share on the internet. So I think I will eventually figure it out. Obviously, like spread the word. The more of us there is here, the like more likely it is that I can take time away from working to like hang on the internet. Oh, this is good. I know this could be like a little bit quicker. Hey. Yeah. It's 105. But when I start hearing melodies like that, I'm like, okay, we're saving that one. We're keeping you. Thank you very much. A flat major. Like Michael Jackson melodies. Ooh, I like. All right, let's try it. Okay, really good question from Valence St. Louis. How do you arrange a song if a loop doesn't have stems? Great question. So I basically like this. I already really like this. I would basically just figure out the chords on the piano. I would play them in as block chords just so I have my block chords for whatever I end up doing with it. And I know what the chord progression is. I would base my bass line on the block chords. If this probably, I'm already hearing what this will be. This will be like disco-ish vibe. So this wouldn't have like block 808s. This would probably have like a melodic bass that's like like one of those, you know? So I would again just play that in, and then again for chords for other sections where it would be different chords, I would just build off of what this. I think this is A minor. Is that what it is? A flat minor. So yeah, I would know that I'm in A flat minor, you know, and I would just pull up my piano here, like. So this is not A flat minor. It's lying to me. It's F minor. Okay. Like, I would figure out what I want to do, right? Because like, let's see if this is the first. You know, like na na. Like if I wanted to do something different for the pre, I would maybe go for something like that. Obviously, that's like the first thought that came to mind. I maybe would workshop it more before I committed, but that's usually kind of how I like build out of a loop. But a loop really helps me, and a lot of other people as well, not just me. What about 110? Eight. Yeah, this is good. I love this. Sweet. So I'm gonna call this soulful, bit crushed vibe. 110 F minor. I kind of am a little concerned that the other ones I just went off of what Arcade said the key was, and that wasn't the key. Oh! It's at A flat major, didn't it? Yeah, okay, alright, okay, we're good. Because I thought it said A flat minor, and I was like, that is not the case, girl. Okay, fantastic. And then, hopefully we have this now. If I search soulful, yeah, there she is right here. Amazing. Posted this in case it got missed. Is it too late for me? I'm 30, married with 4-year-old. Is it even realistic? Yeah, of course it is. I honestly feel like I started at 29. I was married. I am married. Don't have a 4-year-old, but my career was very like rocky in my teens and 20s. I started when I was 17, but from about 17 to about 29, I had like almost nothing going on, and I tried so hard, and I like improved my skills, and I worked and pretty much just did this and nothing. And I think I've already mentioned that there was like I just didn't know what I was doing business wise. If I did, it would have happened sooner. But when I was 29, I moved back to LA from Nashville, and you know, didn't have that much going on, and we got things, Ellie and I got things rolling like pretty quickly. So it's only, what am I about to turn 35 in like 2 weeks? I mean, it's only been 6 years. And again, this is back to my point of like patience is necessary, because 6 years is not long. It's really not. A lot of people, again, like love the overnight success stories or stories about teenagers, right, that are very successful. I will tell you this, guys, so you don't ever feel bad about your age if you're not a teenager or early 20 something. Most people that like make it in their teens and early 20s have older people helping them. I don't know a single one that's like, I did it all on my own. 35, you don't look 35. Thanks. It's all the Botox. Well, no, I have good genes too. You should see my mom. She's in her 60s. She looks like she's 40. Yeah, most people that make it young have like help. They have help from experienced people that have gone through years and years and years of training. And a lot of the times, if they don't continue to have that help, they tank. I've seen it. I see it. So don't buy into the bullshit. That's what I have to say. Don't buy into the whole dream of like, it happens overnight for those that are deserving. It's such fucking shit. It's such lies. It's such used car salesmanship. Like, it's not real. It's not real. Those people have help. If you're doing it on your own, being 30, being 36, being 40, completely fine. And completely fine. Or being very young is also completely fine. But just know that it will take time or it will take help. Can I talk about the song for Twice? Like, I rejected it at the last minute. Oh god, yeah, that was sad. I mean, it was a while back. Like, I can't really put up snippets of current songs, guys. Like, I put up like slightly older songs, and that one is like quite a bit older. So this was when they were still a pretty new group, and it was confirmed as a single, and then it just never came out. And what sucks too is like, I can't really do anything with it because I wasn't a producer on it. I was a top liner on it. They pay the producers the track fees. So we never got paid, me and Elli. Like, we basically worked. The other people that did the beat received their, you know, at least a track fee, not royalties or anything, because it didn't come out. So they got compensated a little bit. We didn't. So now I'm just like, well, cool. I'm putting it on TikTok because there's nothing else I can do. But that honestly very rarely happens. K-pop labels are really good about, like, if they tell you it comes out, it comes out. This is cool. Ooh. Oh, I like this, like, short. Interesting. How sick is that? I actually love that. I want to change the key though. I want to change it because I actually haven't done this whole stream, and I think it would be fun to like. Yeah. I love this. I'm gonna say that for sure. It's kind of similar, a little bit similar to the one I just did, but ain't no big. Oh, I need the. So sweet. You guys are literally the nicest. Thank you. Give me all these compliments. Josh T. Dunn, what's up? What's good? Okay, you guys have said so much in the chat on YouTube. My apologies. I gotta check everything. Let me just save this. Let's see. So this is still 110. What did I change the key to? I forgot. B major. B major. Call this. I actually don't know what to call it. Let me see. Let me say chord arp. B minor. 110. Boring, but it kind of describes it to me a little bit. Hey, finally caught up with a live stream. What's up? How would you construct chords or melodies to make them either verse, section, pre-chorus, or bridge when you don't want the song to be repetitive? How to look for a sound that match? You kind of have to write those on your own, I think. That's where, if you don't know music theory, it's boring, but study it. I promise it will really help you. Because I actually I do have a music education, but for a long time, especially when I was in Nashville, I sort of never was challenged as far as chords. I played acoustic guitar on all my songs, and it was like the same 3-4 chords on everything, which is a lot of country music. Just it's a genre that has a simpler usually chord structure than something like K-pop. So because I did that for years, I sort of forgot a lot of my theory. And then when I got back here, I was really intimidated. By here, I mean LA. I was really intimidated. I was like, I need to find a loop and like construct everything around a loop. And when people would be like, hey, can we change the chords here? I'd be like, alert. I don't know how. You know, I just kind of talked myself into psyching myself out. So, and then in the last year or so, last 3 years or so, I started challenging myself to write better progressions and like really improve my musicianship. And in the last year and a half of like mostly working at K-pop, I've just gotten more fluent, I would say, in like things I can do with chords. And then there's always something like unison chord packs, which I can pull in to show you guys. Maybe we'll do that next. Why don't we grab one of these note kits instead? So if you don't know, this is, by the way, not a sponsored stream by any means by Arcade. I just like them. They have these note kits where, for example, basically one of the sounds from the sampler kits, they turn it into like a playable synth, like you play just like any synth. So maybe what we can do is find a sound we like. I didn't mean to download it, but it's okay. That's so like 80s. I love that. Maybe we can find it, and I can kind of show you Unison's chord pack, which like is the only one I know of, but there's others I'm sure out there. So hyper reality. That sounds like meditation music. Boss Up is the ish. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. With the choice of lyric, the writing is excellent. I super appreciate that. I always like get happy when people like stuff I write on my own, because that does. I try to, well, not force myself, but like challenge myself, I guess, to write on my own more. Honestly, because like the money is better if you write it on your own. Obviously, you don't have to split it, but also it's like it's a challenge to write on your own. You know, do all the parts on your own. It's not necessary at all, but because I do have all the skills, I'm like, sometimes it's good to like flex on the skills. Oh, that's so cute. I'm really into Big Crush. The music I put on when I need to fall asleep and it's 3 a.m. like the You built a whole MIDI chord pack in 2019. That's cool. That's an amazing, actually, that's an amazing idea to practice, where you have to build your own chord pack. Yo, kudos. That's really good. People always ask me how to practice music theory, and I'm always like, ugh. I mean, go take a lesson, because it's not easy, but at the same time, I think there's got to be so many YouTube videos on music theory. There's got to be, right? So basically what I'm doing right now is like I'm just dragging in random chords, right? Obviously I don't know what this is gonna sound like. I'm also gonna just pick an ARP. Actually no, let's use the one in Arcade, because it actually comes with a really cool ARP. Yeah, right here. You go into arpeggiator, ARP. You can make it really complex and have a bunch of them. I just think I just want 8 notes. Yeah, let me go here. Whoopsie doopsie. Let me just take this click off. It's kind of annoying. Also, we do not need to be at 220 BPM. So you know what I'm saying? Like I just randomly picked. Obviously these are like the main chords, right? So. Actually, no, these are the extended chords. I wonder what happens if I put some borrowed and modal chords in here. Gonna be crazy stuff coming in. What Apple laptop computer are you using? I've been running into some storage issues, preventing me from downloading more plugins. So I am currently, not for long, on a Hackintosh, which is a custom built computer, but I have this now. I do have a new MacBook Pro, which just came in like 2 weeks ago, and I've been spending time setting it up, like plugins and all of, there's a lot to authorize, so many plugins, and some of them are still a little bit broken, just because transferring between computers is like a chore. But I'm gonna get back to you on whether I think it's has the power that it needs, because if it doesn't, I'm also gonna buy the Studio next year, Apple Studio, and I think that will definitely be sufficient. But for now, what I'm gonna do is like slowly try to transfer my stuff to this laptop and see if it's at least as powerful as the Hackintosh, because the Hackintosh is getting old. And I do have like CPU and storage issues and stuff too. Salute the upgrade, yes. So anyway, like literally, you guys, I was talking, I wasn't paying attention to what I was dragging, and let's just hear. But this is like kind of how you can construct things. Thank you. Dark is pretty. Thank you so much. Did you ever get the microphone you ordered like 5 months ago? It's funny that you ask. I'm gonna get it tomorrow. Finally, it was built. Isn't that insane? Yeah. Yeah, anyway, obviously this is like randomness, but also you can bring in these progressions, right? Like let's say minor progressions, and let's go to a different tempo, maybe like a little bit. So right, you can just drag this in. Actually, like for example, I already heard something. A lot of times it's just getting like your ear to go aha over something. I kind of hear da 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 da. Da 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 something like that. It's actually no, it needs to be a lot quicker. Maybe I actually went the other way. No, like 145, somewhere around there. Aha, and see, so okay, what I can do now is I just keep the first chord. Maybe the other ones would be okay, right? Actually, I think this is fun because I'm showing you guys like different ways I construct my starters. Da 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 da. That's what I hear. All right, so it'd be like, I want to snap. I don't need to. I don't need to have it. I'm imagining it in my mind though. The output of this is much louder than your voice. Again, guys, let me know these things. Let me know these things, please. And then, so what are we? We are. I was being just like random. A. So we're. Okay, so we're A major 7th. All right, so let me drop an octave. Okay, so we're gonna go from A major 7 twice to G sharp major 7th to C sharp minor 7th, I think. Okay, yeah, I think I'm right. Let's see. So like, and then C sharp, right? I think. All right, so then I copy, and go here. And then just put it all on the grid, obviously. And then also this one's too short. And like here. This is not short, but grid or something. Why can't? Sometimes the grid in Ableton is like not my favorite. I don't want it to repeat the lower note though. Just want da 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 da. Maybe this. Oh shoot. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Yeah. All right. Da, 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 da. Okay. So there you go. A little bit over, and then down, and then just tick up the bar. I think this is it. I think. No, I messed up. There you go. Zelda sounds, yes. You guys know I like games. Okay, so see, there you go. I kind of just like dragged in, heard something, and then reconstructed it. Actually, one thing I noticed I forgot to have been doing it. Can you make a song for twice? I am trying, guys. I'm trying. I've made a lot of songs for twice, and they said no to all of them. They said say yes to everybody else's songs. All my friends have cuts me twice. It's like my personal, like, I don't know what it's called. Like, the one thing that haunts me is the fact that all my twice cuts are falling through always. Let me just turn this up a little bit. I think a little quicker. 150. Maybe even still up. This is definitely giving like Ariana Grande, but in a video game. We're gonna make it twice. This is cool. Like, this is a promising thing. This sounds like a verse of a girl group. Like, so, like, honestly, twice. Red Velvet. What's another one I'm thinking? Maybe LYRE Seraphim. But I'm saving this. Also, with things like this, where I also made a chord progression, it would be a shame to lose the chord progression, right? But I'm not gonna like make a whole session just for like this one loop. So this is what I'll do. I'm gonna save, let's say let's say Soulful Video Game. I think that makes a lot of sense. 115. Let's just actually call it Soulful Zelda, because I think that's fun, you guys. Zelda. 115 BPM. Shoot. What's the key? I forgot the key. Dang it. Okay, C sharp minor. Yeah. All right, let's do this again. Take two. Soulful Zelda. Zelda. 165 BPM. B minor. No, it's C sharp minor. What? C sharp minor. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna save the audio, obviously, and now export MIDI, because this is something I started asking for everybody I work with as well. When people send me beats that they've worked with, I'm like worked on for me to finish, I'm like, hey, can you please send me the MIDI, because sometimes I want to swap their part that they gave me, or I want to add another part like pitched up an octave or something, right? And if I don't have the MIDI, it's just an extra step for me to figure out the chords. Soulful Zelda MIDI. And now, if I want to work on this, I have the MIDI. Boom, boom, boom. Soulful Zelda sounds amazing. Watch, you guys. Soulful Zelda, new song coming next month, September 2022. So funny. Okay. So this pack, honestly, this arcade pack has been doing like a good job for us. We found a lot of cool things in here. I think I'm gonna finish here in probably like 15, you guys. But let's go ahead and just like look for more things in here. What I want to see is I want to go around like a 125. I want to go like a dance BPM, because I feel like everything we found is like a mid-tempo, which I really lean that way too. I feel like I can make a trap beat so easily, or like even trap inspired like K-pop, like R&B type beat. But dance music is so popular, and I know all the singles are like dance songs or new disco. I want singles, you guys. I love getting B-sides, but the singles are the ones that make the monies. They make the monies. So let's try to see if we can find some really catchy singly sounding parts. Love the stuff from arcade that we found so far. Definitely really interested in it. Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is like, it feels like a sponsored stream. It's not. I just like them. Dreamy. Oh yeah, wait, no, I'm in the Note Kids. It's very, though, like, I will say, when you're in the middle of the session, you need to get something together quickly. This is probably not the way, which is why I save them as waves, because like, you know, here when I'm in browser for Ableton, I can just be like, I can hear all the things and immediately be like, oh, I want the run and back sample, you know. While here you have to go through a lot of different stuff, which all of it is really good, but some of it's not going to match your stuff, what you're creating. So it's like a process. This. Hi, Reno Jax. Didn't know I was streaming YouTube. Didn't notify. YouTube! How dare you? Can I make a beat similar to In Hyphens Past the Mic? I could definitely try. I want to make more boy beats. Like a little more like... those types of beats. Aggressive. I just want to honestly create variety of music because I think staying inspired is really important. And if you make the same stuff, even if you love it, like the inspiration will eventually leave. So trying different stuff. Like Pirate by Wiggle, yeah, like even Sparkling by Chang'e, like just stuff that moves a little more. Heartburns and Me, just stuff that moves. Little. I don't know if I'll find anything in here, but I like this bass. Reminds me of Sharp Objects, the song we did for Sorn. Amani, have a great evening or afternoon, morning, wherever you are. Please be back. Would love to see you back. Your birthday's September 24th. Well, happy very early birthday. I wonder if it's... So see, this is fun because you can kind of put it together like a construction kit. That doesn't sound hitty to me, guys. It sounds cool, but it doesn't sound hitty. Oh, I like this. It's actually really cool. With this bass, maybe a bit quicker, like 128 actually. I like this. So it's interesting. I love that top synth. I don't like the sound of it. I might have to play around with the sound. And I'm da 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 da. I don't really like the notation. It might honestly, what this might be is just an idea starter for, because the bass sound is okay. It's not attacky or snappy enough, but I like the part. It's very simple, but it's good. And this could be the top line, like what you got about me again, you know what I mean? Like this is one of the, it could, if the bass sound is different, is a little more like dun 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 dun, aggressive and attacky. It's cool. It's definitely like it's a good, interesting starter. So what I think I will do is I'll bounce it down with that just to remind me of my idea, and I'll bounce down just the bass, and then most likely what I'll end up doing if I use this is I will just replay the bass completely with a different sound on like Trillion or something else like that. Favorite K-pop group or soloist? Calvin, I think it's Chang'e. when I got a song with her, I was like giddy. I was like, oh, Chang'e is singing this song ever. I was really into it. I just think she's so like badass and pretty and cool and like everything, you know, good voice, good dancer, everything. Got the next 80s hit, like Kate Bush 80s. So here's the thing too. There's another thing, you guys. You can transfer things to be something else, right? Right now it sounds 80s because of the sound selection. But if I just take the parts, which obviously I don't get the MIDI for it, which I wish you got MIDI from Arcade. That's, if they add that, chef's kiss. Honestly, I might suggest this to them. Because next time I talk, like, hey, like, have you thought of doing this? I don't know if it's possible, like, the way the synth is programmed, but it would be really cool. But what I was going to say is, yeah, right now it has that 80s feel, But you can also take something like that and slap a different bass sound on it, something much more modern, and it would be a very different vibe. That's why I'm always like, yeah, if you want to make an 80s song, you can lock this in, like locked in. But if you don't want to, you can play with the sound, and then it could be something very different, and which is really cool because then you're not even taking the sample, you're just being inspired and creating your own sample inspired by, which is, I've done that a lot, and that's a really cool way to go around, like the fact that somebody else might use the same sample. Yeah, like a lower octave clean sub, like a lindrum. Yeah, it could. I mean, it could be if you're going for like an 80s sound, doom, doom, dun, dun, dun. You can, for sure. But I don't know obviously what I'll use this for, but it might stay this way and it might not. But I don't think Ableton prints the clicks, but just like in case, in case it does, you know. So what I'm gonna do is, because I'm saving this, like, again, 2 options in this. So let's say 80s bass, 1 bass plus idea and top line idea, 128. Oh gosh, I forgot. B major. Da, 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 da. All right, let's do it again. 80s bass and top line idea, 128 BPM. Was it B minor? I think it was B minor. No, it was B major. Why do I have like no memory for something I just saw 3 seconds ago? I hope it was B major. Yes. So now I'll just take the top line melody off. So it just will be just this. In case I'm cool. Another way to do it, I guess, is to write the patch preset and words from in Arcade, which is honestly something I should do. But I haven't been doing that this whole time, so I don't want to start. 80s bass, 128 B major. And then these 2 will show up right next to each other, so they'll kind of be like, okay, I get this. I get what this is all about. Da, 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 da. What's my dream collaboration? You know what? You're not the first person to ask me that. A lot of people ask me that question. I don't honestly have one. I kind of just want the songs to go to whoever they're meant to go to. I like a lot of artists, but I think it's one of those things, honestly, when you're much younger, I know that I did at least tend to be like really fangirling over somebody, like either a singer or an actor, or, you know, just being like, oh my god, they're so cool, they're so pretty, there's whatever it is that I like about them. Now I kind of like been in the industry, I know the industry, I know kind of how people's images are constructed, and even if they're really talented, like I understand the work that goes into it, so I don't get sort of like starry-eyed, I guess, about stuff. Which is like a good and a bad thing, because good, it keeps me very grounded and very just more like down to earth, but at the same time I kind of miss the feeling of being like, oh my god, that's so and so, you know. But I haven't felt that way about anybody in a long time, so that's why I'm kind of like, honestly, anybody who's talented, anyone who wants to work with me and like appreciates what I do, and it's a good like collaboration and a good match, you know, that's my answer. It's not like as sexy as being like so and so, but it's true. But anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap it here. This was super fun. Thank you for hanging with me. I hungry now, so I'm gonna go have a snack, maybe dinner potentially. But I should be back more this month. I'm gonna make an effort to return, hang out, stream, do the things. So please stay tuned. Hit your notifications if you don't have them on, otherwise YouTube won't let you know when I'm live. And I usually am not live for that long, so you're likely to miss it. So please do that. And I love you guys so much. And I guess I will see you very soon. Bye.